fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing red trunks with white trim, fighting out of New York City by way of San Felipe, Venezuela. He weighed in at 130 pounds even, with a record of 22 wins, 13 losses, and 3 draws. He has 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the former IBF Junior Featherweight Champion of the World, Jose Sanabria. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10th-round attraction, entering the ring wearing multicolored trunks, fighting out of Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico. His weight 130.5 pounds. His record includes 53 wins, 9 losses, and 4 draws, with 35 wins coming by way of knockout. He also is a former world champion. He held the IBF Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing the colorful Clown Prince of Boxing, here is Jorge Paez.
They gave you, gentlemen, your instructions in the dressing room. The only thing I'm going to tell you now is when I tell you to stop, you stop whatever you're doing. Break and break clean. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to me at all times. Let's do it.
It's his best fighting weight. And we start out in what will be a 10-round affair. Paez, multicolored, throws a big overhand right. Sanabria says, okay, the fight is on.
Well, he's won his last 2 bouts following 4 straight defeats, but felt that only Oscar De La Hoya really beat him in that 4-fight losing streak. Tom De La Hoya, of course, just slammed him in 2 rounds in Las Vegas. But the other fights he lost Genaro Hernandez on cuts here in a very competitive fight last year here at the Pond. He was right in that bout, but was bleeding too badly, and the fight was stopped, and Hernandez was the winner. And then the other 2 bouts, Jose Vida Ramos won. Paez was disqualified when he appeared to have Vida Ramos all but finished off, and a very tight decision when they fought a rematch at Lake Tahoe.
And among his other defeats, of course, he lost to Freddie Pendleton, champion, that fight in Vegas. And he also lost in Reno a few years ago when he battled Pernell Whitaker. But he won 12 rounds with Whitaker.
Oh, yeah. You take a look at Paez's record, Tom, and the only losses that he's got really are to world champions.
Yes.
You mentioned some of them. And Rafael Ruelas, another world champ. Tony Lopez, another world champ. And, you know, De La Hoya and the like. Those guys are world champs, and he's beaten a lot of world champs himself.
He has indeed. Got nailed with a pretty good left. Lands a pretty good left. Paez, smaller of the 2 men, as they line up here. He's at 5'6". Sanabria with an 1.5 inch advantage in height. It looks like it's a bit more when they stand nose to nose. Referee is Robert Bird. This is scheduled for 10. Paez hoping to move his way right back into possibly a title shot. He'd like to fight at 126.
Well, these are 2 guys who really want one more try at the brass ring, Tom. Paez is 30, going to be 31 here shortly, and Sanabria is 33.
Yep. That's the case of a guy that just ate his weight out of a title, because he never lost at 126.
That's right.
He just gave up the title.
Yeah. You're talking about Paez.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, he made 8 successful defenses of that championship and then gave it up, stepped up in weight to 130 to try Tony Lopez for that title.
Well, he not only ate his way out, he kind of danced and played his way out of it, too. He danced every dance. Jorge Paez has. He's had a colorful existence in and out of the ring.
The thing about Paez, though, is he retains his popularity. You know, they had a public workout here last week at the Pond for the fighters, and of all the fighters in the card, he's still getting the biggest cheers.
And he's catching a lot of punches from Sanabria. Bobbing, dancing, weaving, bent over in a crouch. The crowd thrilled by it, but he's getting hit by Sanabria here in round number 1. A real slugfest. Toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose, belting each other. There's the bell.
He's training on his own, and he says there's nothing to do but throw punches. What else am I going to do? I have to throw punches, and that's how I win. Apparently that's what he wants to do.
Paez, the shorter of the 2 and the more colorfully garbed, to be sure. Sanabria backing him up with a 2-fisted attack. Jorge trying to dance away, bob and weave his way, slip the punches away. And he does so cleverly in the corner as he is there, and then he's gone. He gets nailed with the right hand. Sanabria, out of his 22 victories, has 12 knockouts. Paez has won on 35 knockouts and 55 victories.
I think Paez, since he started in boxing, was a very gifted fighter in the ways he could move. He can do things that very few, even some of the great champions, were able to do.
Well, we saw some of that acrobatic ability before the fight, but, you know, he is possessed of great athleticism, real maneuverability in the ring, and, he's always carried a pretty good punch, too.
All natural. He only had 3 amateur fights. His grandmother told him, if you're going to fight for money, don't just get beat up free.
Yeah. Sage advice from a smart grandmother, to be sure.
These guys were both world champion. Actually, they both won their championships in the same year, back in 1988. As I mentioned, Sanabria beating Moises Fuentes then to win the 122-pound title. And it was a victory for Paez over Calvin Grove to win the IBF 126-pound championship.
One of the few fighters today that still fought at 15 rounds.
In fact, that was the last 15-round fight, Paez and Calvin Grove.
Paez quick-handed. Sanabria right in front of him. These are just two guys trading it toe-to-toe. It's going to be decided by which can impose his will on the other, gentlemen. These two guys are not going to take a backward step unless they're falling down doing it.
I don't think they know how.
No. It is going to be a tremendous war of attrition between these two.
Sanabria, I've always thought he's an interesting fighter, Tom, because he sits there, it looks like he should be boxing, and he starts off boxing, but then as soon as the guy slugs with him, it's like, okay, I'll slug. Consequently, good fights.
I say that he wasted a lot of his career by not training properly, not going in the ring in right conditioning. But you know that at this weight, he is in good condition.
Working that left hand, good right, followed by a dandy left thrown by Paez. But I'll tell you, Sanabria's got a great chin. Paez nailing him with solid shots. Good round for 96. He is 33. One, including himself, I suppose, wonders how long can he continue. He is a guy who stands there. Look at these two exchange punches. Oh, Paez is nailing him with solid shots. And yet Sanabria keeps moving forward, guys.
He's moving Paez back, if you can believe that.
I think if they have a Combates Explosivos 2, you can use some of the highlights out of this fight.
Oh, amen. Nice left-handed uppercut, not one but two by Paez. But if Sanabria has anything, guys, he's got a magnificent set of whiskers, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, Tom. He's only been stopped one time. Remember, Louis Espinosa is the only guy that's been able to stop Sanabria.
But you know what? This is the kind of fighter that will get hurt. Your body, the body's not made to take this kind of punishment and still in such an extended period.
He's the kind of fighter that you hang the sobriquet on. Boy, what a tough guy. And of course,
Don't put that hand out there.
absorbing a lot of punishment.
Wow.
Tough indeed. Debilitating in the long run, to be sure.
You know, Paez, when he was talking to you, see these guys going at it when they were doing, when they had them together yesterday, filming some of the clips. He was talking to him, he says, you know, it's a rough business we're in it, aren't we?
Yep.
Was talking about his fifth coming in from Venezuela. He says, was everything okay? Did you have any problems?
Yeah.
Now he's giving them problems here.
He is indeed. Sanabria is not without considerable talent, punching power of his own. And Jorge Paez, while he is carrying the action here, gets nailed as he works his way inside, bobbing, weaving.
Now Paez is trying to dwindle him down by hitting him into the body quite a bit.
Well, I tell you,
Left hand to the body, a good uppercut followed, a good shot to the liver.
Tom, that's been a great punch for him tonight, that left hand to the body. He's really digging it. I mean, he's bending that left knee and just digging great leverage. And now he continues to try that uppercut. He's found success. I think he thinks that's a ticket here, perhaps for a knockout for him.
Good left hand, quick right. Jumps after Sanabria with a right hand. This is round 3. It's scheduled for 10. You better have somebody bring a tall, cool one into the living room for you, because you leave, you're going to miss something here, toe to toe.
Tom, I'd be willing to say this might be the best round Jorge Paez has fought in 3 years.
Could very well be. Could very well be. Blood coming from the mouth of Sanabria. Another left hand by Paez.
Wow, Paez was
working to the body.